Seth got the waves. North Blaze. Seth got the waves.
Yo, mic check, 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me? Yay or nay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. What up, y'all? So I'm bored. That's just a matter of fact. I'm bored. Clip. Hey. 7 went to sleep. I laid down for a minute. The sleep isn't working. So we're going to see how long I stay live for this time. But as you can tell from the title, this is just a bullshit. It's not nothing I really want to talk about or nothing I will say that I was just watching Zeus Network, the Bad Boys, Houston. Yo, Orlando, that's a real nigga. Raz B, as much as I love B2K back in the day, that nigga corny, yo. He a wee wee. Like, this nigga is so scared of confrontation. This shit drives me fucking crazy, yo. The rest of the cast is whatever, but, like, Orlando, real nigga. That nigga give you so many fucking quotables. It is fucking ridiculous. Like, so many quotables I will use in everyday life. But Raz be a whole bitch in these streets, like, low key. Like a weenie whomper. But it is what it is. I can't even, like, the crazy part right now is I don't even see the live sign on my StreamYard right now. I can't even tell if I'm talking to myself or not. The baby went to sleep about 35 minutes ago. That's about the same time Seven actually fell asleep too. She's been asleep for like a good 35, 40 minutes. So, I thought it would be nice to just, take a sit back, smoke, have a sip, and chill the fuck out. Let me see, because I keep forgetting to do this shit. So let me do that now. Appreciate y'all for coming. whoever's there, since I can't even see who's watching. Okay, so there, my live stream just finally popped up and said I've been live for 5 minutes. Low key, I was gonna end it and start it over because I didn't even know that I was actually live. I was just playing music and doing my little intro thingy or whatever. But it was tripping on me, and I don't know why. 702 was supposed to go live, but his phone is tripping. He had a Ja Rule, I think it's Ja Rule and Ashanti. Yo, Ashanti's thicker than a snicker, and I could see it from a distance. Even though the camera wasn't that clear, but I was able to see it, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that would be like dope to stream and stuff." Like, but the Wi-Fi ain't working. They put them blocks up around them places so you can't share the content like that. All you could pretty much do is make videos and stuff like that. But it's cool though. It is what it is. Um, yeah. But yeah, so I was sitting here while I was trying to get Seven to sleep. I was watching Zeus Network. And I was playing Bad Boy Houston. This episode looks like it's gonna be good. I just need to like focus. ADHD be working against me because I could be like deep in thought watching it and then like randomly see a squirrel and all my plans change. So that's what happened. I got about 15, 20 minutes into it and said, oh, I would get online and talk shit for however long that may be. Nobody knows. It doesn't matter, even if one person is watching. Or if I'm talking to myself, it don't really matter to me right now. I'm just enjoying the evening, winding down until sleep comes and finds me. It's a holiday tomorrow. Not like it makes any difference to me because, you know, the tasks are still the tasks. Oh, Seven is officially going to be in big girl panties tomorrow. So I think I'm going to have 3 hardcore days of just the panties, so she could see what it feels like to be wet and uncomfortable. But in the morning, she is getting into her big girl panties. They came. She was like, "Ooh, pretty." Yeah, girl, you don't know. It don't feel good when you got a wet butt for real, because your whole life has been protected by these Pampers. You know, so it feels different when you shit in your own drawers. I'm just saying, it feels different when you shit in your own drawers. So you might want to start telling me you gotta go boo boo or pee pee because it gets real and it's about to get real, real fast. Wish me luck and the patience of all patients because I'm not even sure if I'm really ready to just like, go full throttle, um, deep dive in to this new chapter of Seven. I'm not sure if I'm even ready. I think I'm ready, but I don't know if I want to be mopping the floor all day. Like, ay, Dios míos, I don't know. Like, why? I wish kids could be like kittens. They born potty trained. Like they already know what a litter box is and they know they're supposed to go in there and piss in the litter box. But kids ain't like that. So I know I'm gonna have a lot of mess to be cleaning up. I do want to have a stream one time with like some parenting advice because I need help, y'all. I don't know. Am I being too optimistic about this shit? You're laughing at my Spanglish, my Spanish. It's my Spanglish. It's definitely Cali broken. My Spanish is not legit, but it just be shit that I've heard enough times to know in the content to use it, but that does not necessarily mean. Oh, Roxy's laughing. Why is she laughing at my Spanglish? Look. Now, my sister, her Spanish is A1. She paid attention in all Spanish classes Cause see, like in Cali, it was a requirement. I don't know if it's like that, like statewide, like national, not like countrywide, wide or whatever the fucking word is. But we were required to take Spanish or French in high school. Of course, everybody uh, took Spanish. Like low key, I took French too. I took both actually. I took both, but by no means am I good at either one of them. It comes out. I say it every once in a while, but like I suck at it. I can understand more Spanish, believe it or not. I can understand more Spanish than I can speak, and that's because I used to live in El Centro. El Centro was about 15 minutes from the Mexicali border. I lived there for about 2.5 years, and nobody at the fucking drive-throughs or the restaurants knew how to speak fucking English. So, like, I picked up most of my Spanish there because nobody spoke English. And the way that my mind is set up right now to just look down at my phone and see a big eye looking at me is wild. Salute to you, One Eye Willie. Yeah, it is random as fuck. Um, oh, so speaking of random as fuck, let me tell you about the argument that I had to have with a mom because she kept calling my daughter Siete. Like, Seven, come here. She said, oh, is your daughter's name? I said, Seven. She's like, Siete. I was like, no, Seven. She's like, Siete. Like, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, siete, siete. No, Seven. No, it's Siete. Okay, I get what you're trying to say, but no, her name is not literally the number seven. It's seven, like Sevyn, seven, seven. She's like, oh, okay, okay, okay. Siete. All right. I don't know what it is about being out in public and everybody thinking my daughter is a Mexican or mixed with Mexican. Maybe some of the old genes, like I say old genes because, like, I'm mixed with a lot of shit. And yes, there is Hispanic in my family, but it is so far back there, like I can't even claim it. Like I can claim more Scandinavian than anything. Like I can't just go like, yeah, my grandfather's name was Lorenzo. I got the Spanish is in my family, but not like that prominent. So like the fact that I have to be like arguing like nanas, you know, I have to argue with Nana about my daughter's Siete is wild. She's gonna be suspended a lot. I'm starting to realize that she may have a couple fights on her hands, so we might have to put her in like, you know, boxing or something, cause I'm tired of the 7, 8, 9 jokes, the bullshit that you hear. Everybody can make a joke about a kid, but people is cruel. But like, no, respect my mind. My daughter's name is Seven. I'm lucky to have my daughter. But y'all like really trying to play me. Like they call her Siete. And my family, like, oh, I have one other cousin. I have one other cousin. Her name is Artisha. But because of her complexion, her hair tone, like the texture of her hair and stuff, we call her Cachita. Like we call her Cachita. But it was because she looked like the Chiquita Banana girl. Like the little picture on the banana with the sticker, and it said like, Chiquita Banana. She looked like that girl, so we call her Cachita. She looks Mexican. They think she Mexican all the time. Sometimes she plays for it, but there hasn't really been a child or a person in my family that came out just looking like that on a regular basis since Siete. Or like my mom likes to call her Section 7 because she fucks up the neighborhood. That had nothing to do with nothing. Really. I'm just saying. It's just random shit. Oh, and Coco Melon. Yep, that's a fact. Coco Melon. And my daughter is watching something now called what is it? Damn it, I can't remember what it's called. It's it's something on YouTube that she watches that's Ink the Bells, or something like that. And they start Ink the Bells, Ink the Bells, or something like that. Whatever it is. It come out sounding Spanish too, and they be singing Spanish songs. And when Seven realized that she could listen to her favorite music in Spanish translations, it's up. I think my daughter might speak Spanish better than any of us. It's okay. I'm not hating. It is what it is. Ink the bell. The ring. And then she likes, my name is Chicky, 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 Chicky. My name is Cha Cha, Cha 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 Cha. My name is Boom, 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 Boom. My name is what's the other girl's name? The girl's name is my name is Lala, la 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 la. Yeah, it's annoying as fuck, but I'm here for it. She's excited. I'm excited that she's excited. And I never thought I would see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, having my child when I was 30, being pregnant at 34, having her at 35, you know, I was already stuck in my ways, and I never thought I'd see the day where I'd be listening to these stupid ass kid songs and these loud la 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 toys, you know. Purple cow, like that shit over and over again. That shit drives you fucking crazy. Which is why I be irritated as fuck when I lose my earpods, because I be forced to listen to that shit. Like without my earpods, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do right now, because that should be irritating the fuck out of me. It gets worse. Look, it's already about to get worse tomorrow, Shaw. Shaw 7 is gonna be in big girl panties tomorrow. We're gonna do like potty training boot camp. You either piss on yourself or you go tell me you got to get on the toilet. Like, it's about to be up. It's up and it's stuck. So I'm just trying to enjoy my fucking night before, yeah, all day with the stupid videos. My name is Chicky, 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 Chicky. My name is Lala, la 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 la. Infidels. And she's listening to fucking Disney musicals on repeat. Like, Disney musicals are knockers. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, they fly. But, like, if she would listen to Gracie's Corner 24/7, we would be okay. She wants to hear the dumb shit where they're wearing all of the primary colors and they're saying stupid shit and making noises. Like, she not even listening to shit with real lyrics. Gracie's Corner is headbanger. That is, like, everything. And she chooses to listen to Infidels. The fuck is an infidel? Like, I don't know. Anyway, that's my 7 rap. And like I said earlier, 7 got bit by something. How her eye looked like a little hamburger. Come the end of the day, though, the swelling kind of came a little bit down, but low key, her eye was like looked like a little, the top of the top part of a hamburger bun, like a plump hamburger bun. Yeah, that's what it was looking like. So, of course, I woke up and was like, "What the fuck?" But we was at the fair all day yesterday. All I know, she could have took some hay, touched it, rubbed her eye. I don't know. So, to try to like mitigate that shit, I gave her Zyrtec in the morning, gave her some Tylenol in the afternoon. Either you got an allergy, bitch, or you fucking swollen. So we need to get the inflammation down one way or another. So hopefully, when I wake up tomorrow, she don't have two shut eyes, at least as long as it don't get worse. Like, I'm over. Like, this is what they don't tell you when you be a first time parent. It is not necessary to go to the ER for every single fucking thing. All it does is give you a big ass fucking bill if you're not insured, or you waste time that you can never get back sleeping. Because most of the time, like y'all with kids know, the one time of the day when you find out that some shit's wrong with your kid is usually at nighttime. So you sacrifice your hard-earned sleep, and I do mean hard-earned sleep, because you stay up with their ass chasing them around all day. And then you find out that they little fever just got a little bit worse. They hurt themselves. It's not getting better. And you start tripping about it at night. And then you sacrifice 6 hours at the ER. 2 if you lucky. but easily 6 hours at the ER for some shit that they just gonna tell you to give your baby some Tylenol for. I am over going to the ER for each and everything that happens. You know what I'm saying? So like we on like a 3-day monitor. As long as it don't get worse, we cool. You know what I'm saying? She was red yesterday. She woke up swollen today. Her eye didn't completely shut closed, so we're cool. She seems to be cool. Her, the behavior ain't changed. She happy as fuck. She's smiling. She looked bad. She looked like a fast forward to what I have to look forward to in high school. Like she looked like she got punched, you know. But she's happy, It ain't no discoloration or nothing like that. So as long as it don't get worse and we wake up tomorrow, she gonna be fine. But tomorrow will be day 3. If it's still tripping, if it's even worse, then we'll just go to the doctor. But I'm not wasting my time at the doctor for every little thing no more. I'm just over it. I can't do that. Like we gotta pick and choose this shit a little bit better. Cause a lot of times Google can diagnose shit. So let's not just stress. And I wish somebody would have told me that. Like everybody who has kids or multiple kids should have told me this shit. Cause I was the mom going to the hospital for every cold. Only for them to tell me, oh, she just got a cold. She don't got COVID. Da, 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 da. Give it a week or two, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now, when she gets a cold and she stays sick for about 2.5 weeks, okay, fine. We go to the doctor. They give her a little bit of antibiotics. She shakes the cold. We on to the next. But I also started learning. My daughter is at home all the day, all the time. So it's usually she gets sick when she gets around my niece, or somebody else who are having interaction stuff. So I start realizing I got to watch the people around my baby instead of just me. Because I may not be sick and my daughter may not be sick, but whoever she comes in contact with could get sick. And that's when I got to start keeping my spidey senses open for her to get sick. And I be prepared. So I'm better prepared. You know what I'm saying? I was prepared for this. She woke up with her eyes swollen. We had everything we need. Give her that little warm compress, the Zyrtec and the Tylenol for the swelling and all that stuff. And we're good. And at this point, I'm just fucking ranting off at the mouth. Hold on, let me pin the link. All right, can y'all hear me? Sorry, I had to exit out of my thingy and come back. Um, so what's new? Like, I know I asked that on the last stream, but what's fucking new? We could talk about anything, or we could talk about nothing. If we talk about nothing, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Good. I said that last time too, but this time I really mean it. I did buy some like cute little exercise clothes. I'm gonna get on the Peloton. Like I need to get back on the Peloton. And I need to start like working out. Lord knows nobody wants me in a crop top because everybody's haters around me, but Lord knows they don't want me in a fucking crop top because if I get in a crop top, y'all gonna have to fucking call it. Not say that. Y'all niggas is gonna be mad. Everybody gonna be mad at me. Everybody gonna be mad at me. I'll just say that. Yeah. Let me see who's here. Who is here and who was here? Clip, you was the first one. Yay. One Eye Willie, 1010, Sha. So my chat is lonely. Where the fuck are you guys? Lonely ones that just are. I feel like done. But yeah, that's enough of my current situation. Waiting for some stuff to be delivered to the house. planning a camping trip. I love camping. I like, okay, like, so I have outdoor allergies. Like, as soon as I get around trees and bushes and all that shit, like, it's about to be like miserable city for me. But I love camping. I'll hop on the panel with you when this bitch. What? She can hop up to the work too. Um, wait. Jeez, thank you. I appreciate that. Um, so I'm planning a camping trip. I I have outdoor allergies, like crazy ass outdoor allergies. Like I will be whelped up, hived, throat swollen and everything. But my sister gave the idea that she wants to go camping for Father's Day, which would be dope. I'm just gonna have to try to like see if we can work it out to rent an RV and doing it. I'm a little bit older now. I'm not really trying to sleep on the floor. We can glamp and still do the same shit that we did in camping. We can bring the tents. People can sleep outside if they want to. I just choose not to. I'm not a kid no more, and that type of shit ain't fun. Plus, the last time I went camping, we had to shoot at a bear because a bear came onto our campsite. So, I just want to be like, 702 said, all the hoes is here, and I'm with my BM. Well, 702, my bad. I mean, you can hit the link and then show us what you was trying to stream. I know, like, I literally only went live because 702 was supposed to go live, but he was having these Wi-Fi issues. So, he was having these Wi-Fi issues. So when I realized that wasn't gonna happen, I just decided to go live. And I said, I don't mind just doing a little ramble rant or whatever. You know, it makes no difference to me. But yeah. So yeah, the camping. So that's something that I think we're gonna have to start planning out. You know, we this weekend we just did the, I guess it's about to be a new thing, an annual day at the fair. We go to the county fair, take the kids, they have a blast. We're miserable as fuck, but we all take edibles. Just hear me out. Salute. Are you from Jay Prince's life? I think that's the same person, I believe. Um, but yeah, so we just did the annual like day at the fair. So we take the kids out and they, you know, they do all the rides. We're low key only here for the fucking food. So we hop up at the get to the park, we pop. Correct. Salute. Thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. So we pop us a little edible and everything, and we just like literally like $100 worth of food a piece just goes to killing all of the shit, like fried Oreos, the cookies and ice cream, like chocolate chip cookies and ice cream, the funnel cakes, the turkey legs, the fucking, I had some tri-tip fries. Oh my God, those was fucking fire. Like y'all have no idea. Like if you like meat, like the tri-tip fries, it was kind of like how like if you have a chili, like chili cheese fries, instead of like the chili and the like, you know, the chili sauce and the chili and all that and the nacho cheese, it was the french fries with the tri-tip, shredded tri-tip, and then like barbecue sauce and cheese. Like that shit was fucking fire. Like I'm not even gonna lie, that shit was so fucking good. We had a biggie burger. That was good. I had chicken on a stick. Actually, that was disappointing. Last year it tasted so much better. But oh, we had um hot Cheeto tots, fire Cheeto tots. I went to the pull up, what is that, pull up fair last September in Washington and got COVID. Damn, how you catch COVID in an outdoor space? That's crazy. Catching COVID in an outdoor facility, that's wild. You must have went into one of those into one of those exhibits or some shit where it was close quarters and shit. Wait, elephant ears? Like eat elephant ears? I'm not eating no fucking elephant ears. That's up there with like eating pig lips and pig feet and shit. Hell fucking no. Not at all. Not this bitch. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. You gonna have to hit the link and explain that shit. Cause that shit is crazy. Oh yeah. So y'all wait, not literal elephant ears. So what is it? I'm confused. So yeah, y'all. So look, for the core viewers, y'all know I say I be surfing everywhere, right? So Mr. Just Hear Me Out is from a different sector that I came across on accident with my algorithm, which brought me to Jay Prince's channel. And remember when I was telling y'all I have like this slight obsession with the Daryl Brooks trial? Jay Prince was that nigga that was sitting behind Daryl Brooks. That's how Jay Prince actually popped up in my algorithm. I was trying to figure out who the fuck was this person just sitting there purposely. I thought it was the nigga's brother or some shit. I don't know. But they like to argue. And I like good debates. So I keep tuning in. Elephant ears is fried dough. The fuck? It's a dessert like a flaky pastry with either butter or jam, like jelly. I'm not. Wait, is this like white people food? Like, is it like puto? Salute to all my Filipinos. Is it like puto? Just hear me out. He was trash, but everybody who watches me knows I have a slight obsession with court cases. And Daryl Brooks was something that came across like my dad put me on game on Daryl Brooks. Like he called me up one day and he was like, "Have you seen this?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Check out this guy." I caught it on day 3, but he was so damn entertaining. I went back and watched, the prior days, and I was obsessed. And I still watch the Daryl Brooks trial because it's so fascinating. I've been trying to dissect that shit. Everybody over here who knows me knows like I'm constantly trying to fucking uh I'm trying to analyze that shit. And we're definitely over here waiting for him to go back to court for Erica and his nephew. So we were supposed to do a live last week, but they pushed the hearings back. So now he's not going to do back until like July. But or no, he has June. He has one in June and 2 in July date. So we're keeping up to date with that because over here we're watching court cases too, mostly. That's what we do over here. So I know that you're new to the channel and you don't know me per se or where I like to go off in my shit. But I like court cases. I like true crime. I am from the battle rap sector, but I like good debates. So any topics, that can cause some type of argument or whatever, I like to do them. And puto, like, like, Sha, like, so puto, for the Spanish, the Mexicans, that's like, ain't puto like bitch or something like that? Clip, you can correct me, you know, but like, I know puto is a derogatory term in the Spanish culture, but in the Filipino culture, puto is a dessert. It's like a rice cake. It's like a cake. It's like a fluffy, like a muffin, fluffy muffin. It's usually purple. It's like a potato. It's usually purple, but it's slightly sweet and it's fire. And I'm not one for the exotic fruits and shit, but or vegetables or pastries. I don't try exotic shit. My taste buds is so far off. But puto was actually really it is actually really good. You could have puto with coffee. It's like a rice, like a coffee cake. Like you can have it with coffee. Right. Puto is bitch. Yeah. But in for Filipinos, when you say puto, it's a dessert. It's like a pastry. Oh, my name is not Blue iOS. iOS Blue is because sometimes I stream from my computer and sometimes I'm on my phone. And I don't want to get confused. So iOS let me know that I'm on my phone, not my computer. And yeah, that's a fact. I have watched it multiple times over and over again. I watch clips. It's a deep algorithm thing for me. But right now, just hear me out. We, as in me and my viewers, are currently watching a new trial that started Tuesday. It'll be day 4. We're watching a new trial. Uh, it is the state of Florida versus Travis Rudolph. Justice for Travis, because he had a crazy ass girlfriend who set him up and sent his her brother and his friends over to his house to jump him, or in her words, shoot the shit, spray the shit up. And they got into a fight. They got jumped. Him and his brother got jumped. And at the end of the fight, when they were getting ready to leave, Travis, he's an ex NFL player, played for the Giants and the Dolphins, goes into his house, pulls out his AR-15, shoots up the car, ends up killing a person and injuring the other. So we are watching that trial. Friday ended day 3, so Tuesday will start day 4. Yeah, we're really, well, I'm really into true crime, and those of my viewers who like my obsessions or like what I'm into at that time. I try to pick court cases that I think other people would be interested in watching. And because most of my followers are males, I figured watching the NFL, an ex NFL player on trial for murder, would be something that catch other people's attention. On top of that, it's a good lesson. It's a good lesson to um, people in my age bracket. I'm 37, and people, between 21 and 40, who still have those type of dramas or whatever, these type of females that you choose. You want me to come up? I can just run down all these cases I'm familiar. Sure, you can come up. Feel free. The link is pinned. Feel free to come up if you want to. But yeah, I'm watching a lot of cases, and I feel like that Travis Rudolph is a good case for people to watch because it's not too far fetched from my age bracket to be caught up in a situation like this. People are trying to be um, players. They are caught up in this image that they may want to uphold. But even females, when you think you can bark up the wrong tree, you may be in your feelings, but sometimes you need to be a little less emotional about shit. You get niggas caught up all the time, left and right. You know, it's a good lesson because everybody got what they were seeking, but they didn't want the outcome that came from it. You may get what you want, but you may not want what you get. Travis wanted to be a player and play the field and seem like that man with all these bitches chasing him, but he didn't want the repercussions. Now that man on trial fight for his life. Dominique wanted to be a bad bitch, and in her quest to become a bad bitch, and she a mouthy bitch because that's what was viral and shit. You know what I'm saying? Now her brothers and shit's looking up like her brothers in med school. And shit looking at you kind of crazy. 21-year-olds thinking they thugs and shit. The shit comes back to bite you in the ass. I hope Dominique gets a charge. Just hear me out. I see you.
Yeah, I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
try to
I
find a
gotta
light.
change. Okay, go
I'm
ahead.
outside.
Oops, that's the wrong layout.
I'm gonna bring a light over here. Sorry, 1 second.
No worries. I know you ain't no troll because I've seen you before. So tell me about these trials that you're observing right now. BA,
1 sec.
get your bars up.
Dude, what up? What up? Keep spitting that game. You had me in the chat. I'm listening to you. You said some real ass shit right now. Didn't nobody see? Everybody wanted to see what they wanted to see, but they didn't want to see past that.
Facts. As I said, I think this one was a good
Is
one
that
because
better?
it just, yeah, I can see you. You're okay. I see you. What's up?
What up? What
It's
up?
like a haunted vision here.
Hey, BA.
I'm in the hot. I'm in
You're
the
in a
hot tub.
haunted house right now.
That's
You're in a hot tub right now? Spare your
yeah.
phone at all costs.
Outside.
All right. Spare your phone
Oh,
at
no,
all
I'm hanging
costs.
over the side. It's
Okay.
dark, so that's why.
Okay. So tell
No,
me
what do you
about
think
these
about?
questions.
Well, like Sarah Boone. That's one big one. I mean, a
Sarah
couple of
Boone,
them just
yes.
wrapped up.
No, now
The
Sarah
suitcase
Boone
killer.
is one that I'm definitely going to get into. Sarah Boone is definitely one of them. I'm looking forward to that. So, BA, have you heard about Sarah Boone? See,
Nah, I haven't heard
okay,
about Sarah Boone.
my core following does not watch this type of stuff, but this is like the nerd in me that has to watch this. So Sarah Boone is this white woman. She was at home with her boyfriend. They were drinking, and somehow they played hide and seek or whatever. And somehow her boyfriend ends up in a suitcase. She zips him up in the suitcase. He ends up
Wait.
suffocating.
Wait. Tell it without the revelation that comes afterward, but just this her story at first and then the revelation. That always makes it better. Yeah.
A
Okay.
suitcase.
So
Oh wow.
So Sarah Boone and her boyfriend are drinking. They're at home, they're drinking, whatever. They have I don't know exactly what happened because I'm not sure if it was a drinking game or how did they end up playing the game that got him in the suitcase. But somehow the boyfriend ends up in the suitcase and ends up dying.
Suffocation.
So yeah, he suffocated in the suitcase. Like, like the suitcase you take to the airport. Suitcase.
He could fit in a
He has
suitcase.
him in a
He was a
suitcase.
skinny dude. He was a skinny dude.
Right. They have him on camera, her like recording him. He's like, get me out of here and all kinds of stuff. And she's like, that's what you get. Anyway, the girl is on trial for murder. So just hear me out. You may be able to give like a rundown on that one better. But the gist of it I got is like, they were drinking. He got in the suitcase. She got in her feelings. She wouldn't let him out. He dies. And then she plays all full blown victim after that.
So yeah, I think so. Sarah Boone, to me, appears to she's obviously an alcoholic, right? And so, kind of the biggest question to me is how did he get in that suitcase? Now, obviously, he got in willingly because there's no way you can get somebody in unwillingly into a suitcase, right? Because you could just push your arms out and not be zipped up. So, for whatever reason, he got in that suitcase, which was probably not a good decision, right? But from everything I've read, basically, it sounds like it probably happened upstairs, and she kicked him down the stairs in the suitcase, based on the neighbor's testimony. And then he's begging to get out, right? And then she's obviously wasted on that video, being like, "That's what you get. That's what you get," right? But
yeah,
I honestly think she just literally passed out. Like, I don't think she went upstairs, right? I think she passed out on the couch, right? And then woke up the next morning, he's dead, and then freaks out, and then comes up with this lame ass story of, "Oh, we were playing tag," which makes no sense, or hide and go seek in an apartment with two people. It didn't even make sense the way they did it. She said, "Tag, you're it," for hide and go seek. That's not how hide and go seek works.
Right.
But obviously, they were in a very abusive relationship. But the fact that she recorded those videos and either just totally blacked out on the fact that they existed or was dumb enough to delete them and think, "Oh, the police won't recover them." And then her whole interrogation was a nightmare, right? But I think if she had come out and been like immediately the next day, woke up, he's dead in the suitcase, called police and said, "I don't know what happened.
Right.
He's dead in the suitcase. I just woke up. I must have passed out." She probably would be in a much better situation. The videos would still exist, but then her whole claim of like battered spouse would like kind of support that, being like, yeah, that was my raw emotions at the moment,
But
right? But
but
the fact
wasn't
that she
there
tried to hide it, what?
right? That's and wasn't there footage of like her sitting there saying like, well, he shouldn't have did this and he shouldn't have did that. Like 'cause she was. I feel like the videos that I've watched, um, and this is the same. And correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this the same girl? She has had 6 different lawyers, sets of lawyers. Can you guys hear me? Did I think I might have spazzed out. But yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I
Okay.
think he froze though.
I froze.
1 second,
Okay.
No, just hear me out. Looks like he froze.
it's
Okay.
me.
Yeah, when I saw that, I thought it was me. Um, but yeah, to my recollection, she has like she's on her 6th set of counsel. Like people do not want to defend this girl. She's writing letters to the judge, all kinds of stuff. And it's starting to get crazy. That one is another one. I think that one goes to trial. I want to say that's a July case, right? Isn't that one
Well,
going to start
it
in
was
July?
supposed to. It was supposed to be December, so I mean, we'll see. My own phone is blocking my light here, but we'll see if it gets delayed again, right? Because I mean, I think she just is going with the it's battered spouse, and all the lawyers are like that defense isn't going to work because you
Right,
weren't a spouse and
right.
you're the aggressor in the video, and he's
Mhm.
begging to let him out, and your interrogation was a nightmare. Like, I think they probably offered her a plea, and she's rejected them all because
Mhm.
she thinks she shouldn't spend a day in jail. That's number one problem, right? With people that refuse to take any responsibility. They're just like, I'm not going to jail. And they roll the dice and just take a much bigger loss. But I mean, I guess a lot of the trials I've been following have wrapped up recently, like Letitia Stout, Daybell,
Yeah.
uh,
Is she in jail
you
now?
know,
Who? Sarah
Sarah
Boone.
Boone.
Yeah,
Yes,
she in jail.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
wow, so
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
she's in
She's been in
custody.
jail for a couple years, but she's a nightmare. There's no
Oh
sympathy
yeah,
for this woman. She's a total nightmare.
she's batshit crazy.
And she's kind of an
She
asshole,
and you know what?
right?
And you know what makes me happy about her, especially just hear me out, because like I know what sector you come from. You know when they say like, oh, just like the white woman doesn't give no type of problems. Like none of this crazy shit that's happening with black women is gonna happen with white women. Dude, white women commit crazy like shit happens with
Yeah,
white people.
I don't know where that comes from personally.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know why
what?
I like to pay that, but like I be like, y'all don't hear about this shit. Like nobody knows about these type of cases. Like this is wild. Letitia Stouts, she just got sentenced to life. She tried to do a not guilty by reason of insanity. She killed her ex-husband, or she killed her. Well, it was her husband at the
Stepson,
time.
her
She
stepson.
killed her
Yeah,
stepson, and then she drags it on, makes all these stories, drove him across multiple state lines. He ended up in South Carolina, or she ended up in South Carolina. The body was found, I think, in Florida, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Well,
body ends
she's
up in
just an
Florida.
idiot, though.
Like the mob did it, like, and she tried to play off that she's crazy. Like,
What?
Yeah, but she's just somebody that's stupid. I mean, just from her plan, right? Her first story was that he went to a friend's house that she didn't know which friend, and that she had gone over and checked on him, but then she couldn't say which friend it was. She couldn't say where the house was. She didn't know what time he left. She didn't know where he was, right? And then her second story was the whole thing with getting a day laborer to fix the candle on the carpet and that she had been sexually assaulted. Like, why is that your second story? Like,
What?
if
So,
you're not making this up, that's your first story. If you're making it up as well, like,
what'd you say,
what are you
BA?
doing, Letitia?
whatever happened to it was a case that I had seen a while back because I don't, I'm not into like watching this type of stuff, but it got on my timeline, and this is a while ago. It was about it was it was a white guy with a with his family or whatnot, people ended up dead, and then I think something happened to where he used a shotgun allegedly to kill his maid or something like that too.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
That's
you're talking about the one in South Carolina.
Murdoch.
yeah,
He's talking about Murdoch.
The Murdoch, the Travis.
exactly. Whatever happened to this guy?
He actually got convicted of life.
Yeah.
He's in for
Okay.
life. And then with that case, his wife and his son was killed on their family home.
Yes.
Yeah, that now. So I was in South Carolina at that time. Now I was driving back and forth through that county.
Oh
At
wow.
that was a big case at that
Yeah.
No,
time.
he
Um,
was just taking a bunch of peels. He was just taking a bunch of peels. That's all it was. He never murdered anyone.
mm,
Yeah, and they was
they
like they
were
covered up his deaths too, like the police department or sheriff's department was covering up his bodies.
covering up stuff, and
Mm,
they're looking
I
back
don't know about
into.
that.
Well, they're looking back in. No, well, so what has been shown is that because that was such a prominent family in South Carolina, um, every time like one of the kids or something got in trouble because they were
Oh
lawyers
yeah.
themselves, their family was lawyers and stuff, so they were known. So it was kind of like an unspoken thing that they were like trying to protect. It's kind of like people who are in law enforcement and their kids, when they get pulled over and you find out that they have a their parent is in law enforcement, they kind of like sweep it under the rug, or they kind of brush it off.
Well, I think this is more than that though. This was a fear, right? Because the guy was such
Retaliation,
a third generation in the judicial system, right? So it
right?
wasn't just like it wasn't like, oh, I'm going to do you a favor so I can get favors. It was like
Right.
I don't want to have my life ruined,
Right,
right?
because his family had a practice in that county that was a major law firm, and they represented, all
Mhm.
civils and stuff like that. And I think the dad, Alex Murdoch, I think his dad was like adjusted, like he was like one of the head
Yeah,
Yeah.
prosecutors,
his dad and his grandfather.
and yeah, and his grandfather, like they have a lineage of the civilian stuff like that. So, yeah, that one was a big case, but they ended up finding him guilty. They found him guilty,
Um,
serving a life sentence now. And at the point, the last I heard about it, they were reopening. They were reopening to reinvestigate the housekeeper who was working on their property, who died on their property, that she supposedly fell down the stairs. They're
yeah.
reinvestigating that, and then they're also
He
reinvestigating
admitted
the
he
death
admitted
of
to
the
that.
boy.
He
Oh,
admitted to that in court. He admitted that there were no dogs involved. It wasn't tripping over the dogs.
yeah, I know he did admit to like a lot of fraud. He stole a lot of money from his
No,
cases. He
like
was going,
this happened like 2 weeks ago. This is after the case. Like he admitted, like, yeah, no, were no dogs involved in my maid's death. So it was basically a lie that I was telling earlier. Like he
That's
just copped to it.
but what about the son? What is it?
The
The
hit and
older son.
run, yeah, that's still
Yeah,
going on with
that one.
Buster.
Yeah,
That's still going
they're
on.
investigating that one too, because his oldest son, the one who's still living,
yeah.
was in an incident where somebody was hit or struck by a car or something like that, but he died. They found him on the side of the road, and
But
they're that he supposedly is gay lover.
well, forensically, it doesn't make any sense according to people that look at the scene. Like if this is a hit and run, you wouldn't be just like kind of spread eagle on the median of the road. Like you'd be off in the ditch or something. That's what I heard. But all right, let me ask you this. This might be a perfect question. Are you familiar? Tell me if you're familiar with these people. Shayna Hubers.
Hubers?
Shayna Hubers. She's the one that killed the guy in Tennessee or something. He was a lawyer. She was like almost like a Jodi Arias type.
No, but I did
Yeah.
hear about a lawyer on trial. Is that the same one?
No. Well,
No.
I was gonna ask you murder, death, kill between what or Mary, what is it?
Oh,
MFK. So Jodi Arias, Shayna Hubers, and Dahlia Dippolito. You know Dahlia Dippolito in Miami, the one. These are a couple years back, but she's
okay.
the one that
Oh, is
hired
that
a
the one
hitman
who
to
was the husband posted that she thought she was doing like the hitman on her husband.
Yeah, but then she's like, no, it was a reality TV
Yeah,
show. So
up that
Wow.
she. You
so so look up Shanna Hubers, and next time we talk, I want to know MFK for Jodi Arias, which I assume you know Jodi Arias.
I know about 30 areas.
Okay. Jodi Arias, Dahlia Dippolito, and then Shayna Hubers. MFK on those. Which one? I think I've got a pretty solid.
Yo, Clip says he's marrying Jody.
Mm,
Jody, like Jody look good.
no,
Jody
I think
Arias. You know what? I could if y'all give me a few minutes, I will get on the computer and pull up these. I'm sitting
I think.
outside.
See, I'm gonna disagree there. I think you marry Shayna because she's only crazy when she's not around you, right? And she could probably pass for a normal wife.
Jody's only crazy when you don't choose her.
No. Jody's crazy when you're with her as well.
And all of these are killers.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to.
Oh no.
You definitely have to kill Jody. You cannot live in a world where Jody is.
Travis until Travis like didn't want to fall in line.
Murder for
Right,
kill.
but what I'm saying is, if you're ever with Jody, you could never not be with Jody. That's why you have to kill her.
Oh, okay. Well,
right?
you know. Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna have to get rid of all three of these because that's all.
And then you sleep with Dahlia Dippolito because you just sleep with her. As long as you don't marry her, she doesn't really have anything like to benefit from killing you if you're not married to her, right? If she doesn't have access to your assets, then you're fine. So you just have sex with Dippolito, you marry Shayna, and you kill Jody.
That's interesting. Yeah. I gotta study this. I gotta study these three.
Just did right there. So next time I go live and I start talking about all these random ass cases I be watching, I like what you just did right there. That's a fact. I like that. And then for the people who watch, I'm gonna have to give them a little quick synopsis of these people so they know so they can make these intelligent decisions on that. I like what you just did there. Because I heard about two of them. The third one, I'm not sure if I heard about it because I'm not in my right set of thinking, but I think I know what you're talking about. But I definitely know who Jody is because, yeah.
Because I do think you could be safe from Shayna as long as he had a gun, right? That was around him when she was there. I don't know if she didn't have quick access that she would have done it. She probably could have done it later, but like Jody Travis was screwed. As soon as Travis was not going to be with her, Jody was all in. Is it me cutting out? Mm-hmm. Hello? Was I cutting out? Sorry.
No, yeah.
Travis was screwed.
Right. Travis was.
And I don't get that same exact vibe from Shayna Hubers.
With both of y'all knowing about like the court systems and the cases and things of that nature, and I'm a total rookie to this whole situation. For real, like I'm clueless. I'm learning from y'all on the fly as we go. But so did y'all? I know this is way back in the day with the OJ case. Are y'all familiar with that case in particular?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, just an opinion.
You're talking to true crime law nerds here.
Okay, perfect.
I told you, BA, this is like my secret passion that I just never get up and talk about. But we was trying to find my niche, and I think it may be my niche.
I actually like it. I like it because it's actually intriguing. Like you on the show today that I had earlier, even though it wasn't particularly about the case brought up some other stuff that you just recently talked about that was very informing. You dig? Right. So I think it's dope. But as far as the OJ thing,
okay,
do y'all think OJ did it?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, I think he did it.
Okay.
OJ,
I have no idea.
Listen, man, if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. You heard?
No,
I love it. They bought from the corner store.
Kudos to OJ for having a defense team that played good defense.
Yeah.
But But when you check out his past, his history when he was with her, you know, the domestic violence, his jealousy and all that stuff, and you think about, if you want to stereotype the type of person OJ was and
Yeah.
is, mind you, he got acquitted from murder, but he ended up getting convicted because he thought he was owed some shit that belonged to him that didn't really belong to him. That's ego. Ego
Yeah.
makes people do a lot of crazy things in life.
Did you
It is
watch
not
that?
far-fetched.
Did you watch that American Crime Story, the O.J. Simpson case? I mean that
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
I
kind of.
watched
Yeah.
it.
I already thought he was guilty before that, but then that kind of solidified it. I was like, yeah, that like the specific points they brought up, like if the LAPD was really framing OJ because the evidence was there, right? They would have to know that nobody else could see him, that nobody else knew where he was at this time, right? And he didn't ask how she died, and his blood is mixed with the victims on the car. Like that's it. Like
Well, let
you
me
know,
tell you this.
That was a
Let,
fire show, by the way. That was a fire show
let me
when
tell
it
y'all
was
something
out.
about me. Being that my dad worked for LAPD, I got to hear a lot of stories about how things was back in them days. You know what I'm saying? It was not far fetched that racism was a thing. You know, my dad, he was one of the officers, marching during the riots. Like that was when he had to first put back.
oh for
That's when
sure, for sure.
that wore his LA uniform
Yeah.
was riots. That type of stuff was not far fetched. LAPD absolutely did do all this stuff, but they used the times that they was in against OJ to get him off because that stuff was already happening.
Yeah.
They were doing that stuff against him. So I'm not saying that because
For real. Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
so real for
You're
real.
nailing it.
So I'm not saying that people was using that stuff and saying that just because the LAPD was crooked, this person couldn't have did it. I'm not naive even enough to even think that somebody couldn't possibly do some shit like that. What I do know is crime and passion is real as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
think.
People do commit crimes, especially when they got egos like that of these big names and stuff, but think they the shit. How dare somebody want to leave me for somebody? He may not have known the gist of their relationship. He happened to walk in on the situation. He got enraged with himself and he committed these crimes. And they just so happen to use all of the stigmas against the LAPD against
Yeah.
the state
The
to,
Rodney
to
King situation was big too.
right.
Rodney
And they
King really helped that
and
case.
Rodney King, and it was happening around that time. Like it was a lot of
Yeah.
shit happening, and they use all of, and a good law and a good defense lawyer will use that to put that a little amount of doubt on
Yeah.
top of the jury and everything. But yeah, I absolutely like he did that.
Yeah.
Blue,
He
you trying to get
yeah.
to the true
body
crime part of
innocent
YouTube?
is gonna write a book later saying if I did do it. No, nigga, you did it. You
This is what I would have did if I did
no,
do it.
no,
He's
you
crazy.
did that shit, and they just and it just so happened you was one of the niggas lucky enough to have enough shit happening in society at the time to put enough doubt into a jury to say maybe he didn't do it. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
did you hear this? I remember. I distinctly remember this from decades ago. I remember hearing on something like Inside Edition or whatever was going on back then. Right. I was like
Clip.
14. I was 14 when the case was going on. Right. But
Yeah.
I distinctly remember hearing that part of the evidence that they introduced that caused doubt was the fact that his blood that was found at the scene was also mixed with a preservative that they find in uh, blood vials to preserve it, right? But that is also found in McDonald's Big Mac sauce. And so
Oh
I was
wow.
like,
Okay, so
well, then the dude just had a Big Mac. What's the problem?
the
Like,
lab,
what?
my educational background and my work history is in the laboratory. I worked in a clinical laboratory. There is incidents where your stuff can mix. I'm not sure 100% as to the severity of the mixed additives that they had found in it. I would have to go back and refresh myself on that. But it is something that can. I mean,
Well,
that's hard.
they
That's a
were
hard.
implying that he was. They were implying that he's basically going around. They were sprinkling blood from a vial,
Is that you
See,
talking
right?
about OJ still?
Yeah.
I feel like I see. I feel like I said, the best thing he had going for him, it was enough circumstantial shit happening that could lead one to believe that he possibly couldn't. But the actual evidence against him was compelling. And then if you take in psychology, the psychology of somebody like OJ, you have to say he did it. Like mixing what EDTA or sodium citrate or heparin in the mix of these blood scenes, that could be any laboratory error. That could happen in any laboratory.
Well,
Not necessarily.
I just remember them specifically saying it's the same thing that is found as contained in McDonald's special or Big Mac special sauce. I was like, okay, then he had it on his finger.
I never worked at McDonald's, so I can't speak what additives are in McDonald's. But when you collect a vial of blood, your blood is either going to be pure whole blood with no additives. It's going to contain sodium citrate. It's going to sodium citrate for blood clotting. It's going to contain EDTA to stop you from clotting. Or it's going to be an anticoagulant of EDTA, or it's going to contain sodium citrate, or it's going to contain heparin or lithium. Anything outside of that, now you're going into deep biology, microbiology, and that's not typical for any blood collection or any type of vials that they could have collected. And on top of that, you're going to have to collect an obscene amount of blood just to collect enough to dilute it in that fashion like that. For it to make
Lou, you just got you just got super scientific on me, but I hear what you're saying.
bad. Okay, so basically what I'm saying is when you go to the when you go to the doctor, right, and you get a blood work done, right?
Yeah.
They have like basically a rainbow set of colors: yellow, blue, red, gold, green, purple, gray. You may have like a bottle, which is like a blood culture. Anytime they draw your blood, is in a blood culture, right?
Yeah.
So that purple tube that they get, that contains EDTA. That is an anticoagulant. Is to keep your blood from clotting. That's how.
It's the little stuff at the bottom of the bottle, right? The little white stuff at the bottom of the bottle. Yep.
Okay, so the tubes is just so you know what's in the blood. But if you look at those tubes, some of them have little specks of fluid in it. Some, if you get the blue tube has like a little bit of fluid built up at the bottom. That one has the most blood, has the most fluid in it. Then you get them tubes that has like this little jelly stuff inside. And that's just the difference between collecting plasma and whole blood, or if they want to separate platelets or whatever. What I'm saying is that's in the blood tube. The stuff that's in that blood tube, the little residue of fluid you see, that's different additives. And that's either EDTA, heparin, sodium citrate, or what I say, lithium.
Blue Tube would be a fire podcast name.
I know, right? That would be fire. Bluetooth.
Look, still trying to figure out the name of the channel, so y'all got to make up your mind. What you
That'd be fire though. Bluetooth. What? That sounds. Yeah, I like that sound. You right, Clip. That would be fire.
Bluetooth.
I feel like just hear me out definitely knows his sauces, so I'm gonna agree with him on the Big Mac thing.
Hey, I do know my special sauces.
Oh, then I got the Snack King.
The Jack in the Box one is disgusting. Whatever the one they came out with, I got one of their. What?
Jack's secret sauce, the secret sauce from Jack in the Box.
Yeah, it's terrible. I got a burger with it like a couple of months ago. I was like, this is awful. I wouldn't feed this to my dog.
I agree. It's
give me a normal burger.
Talking. I'll be right back. Hold on.
They used to have a breakfast sandwich sauce. They used to have years ago, but they don't have it no more.
I feel like the Jack in the Box sauce it's like Chipotle sauce mixed with barbecue and vinegar and ketchup. I'm just like, why would you do that to yourself?
Barbecue sauce is my least favorite sauce, I think.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't like that either.
What made me suspicious and why I didn't finish the burger, it was cheaper than the normal burger, right? So you could get a jumbo jack, or you can get whatever they're calling them, the bonus jack, whatever. called Bonus Jack or something, right? And that's cheaper than the Jumbo Jack, but it has more stuff on it. And after a couple bites, I was like, I ain't eating this. I don't know what's wrong. What is this sauce covering up? Some kind of grade E meat? Fuck this.
Yeah,
Out the
pretty
window.
much. Did y'all ever try the Halloween Whoppers? The green. They were like green.
The bun was green or what?
Yeah, the bun was green.
Like they did the
The
Spider-Man
Hulk,
Whopper.
the Hulk Whoppers.
Nah, this was the Halloween. This was the Halloween thing that they had way back in the day, and they got a bunch of people sick, so they
Hell no.
so they took that shit off the
Have you
menu.
ever had the Impossible Whopper?
Fire.
I've had an Impossible Whopper. They weren't. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all, actually.
See,
That's
I feel
only
like I feel like I'd like it, but I can't order it because then I know it in my brain.
No,
You know what I
I
mean?
was talking about snacks. Well, here I go. You feel me?
no, this is the
Snack King
snack
coming up.
salute.
Here's the snack connoisseur. All things junk food and guilty pleasures.
All things food, including. Never mind. Let me chill. I've been drinking. I almost got a thing. I almost got an R rated in this bitch. How y'all doing, man? Salute to y'all, man.
Okay.
Salute.
We
Um,
Who
kicking
is
back.
so
back.
who
let
is
me
this?
say this.
Just hear me out.
I'm about
Santa?
to hear you. I was just about to say that. So for y'all who don't know, because my viewers don't often see the places that I roam. Remember, I said I frequent other sectors of YouTube.
We
Mm-hmm.
bet on
This
a white supremacist
I
channel.
thought y'all met at the North Pole sector. Respectfully. Go ahead.
Peter.
no, actually, no, surprisingly not. But
We
just
was
hear
talking
me
about
out.
toxic women.
What?
No, we met on an alt right website, and it's cool.
Right.
He said, "All right." Then he said, "Supremacist." That's
Yeah,
hilarious. That's
Right.
hilarious.
yeah. We exchanged some literature. She was interested. I gave her some pamphlets. She showed me her weapons. It was all good. I was like, all right.
Oh, oh
Uh,
man.
but no, you guys know I do. I said, for the last 2 years, I've been, quote unquote, studying these YouTube streets. I ventured out of battle rap, and I spend time in other sectors. And this gentleman is one of the people that I've had the pleasure of encountering on another sector. And from what I learned from him, because we've had one interaction over there, but what I learned from him is how he even got over on that scepter was because of the Darrell Brooks trial and this gentleman whose channel we popped up onto. And so we found that we have a common interest in true crime and trials. And you guys who all watch my channel for the last week have been watching me watch this trial. And so yeah, that's where he came from.
Oh, I
Hey, is
thought
that
you.
over there where that John Blaze cat be at? Who's that dude that be in like the battle rap shit and like the trial shit? Because
No,
I've been
John
seeing a lot
Real.
of.
You talking
no,
about
no.
Uh,
Real?
Okay,
who
so
am I talking about? Who am I talking about? Yeah.
John Real.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking
no,
about.
that's not him. No, because I think John Real actually came from like Wave and Blaze and all that. No, not him. This was when I was watching the Darrell Brooks trial. I had noticed a guy sitting behind Darrell Brooks, and I started watching other people's streams who were watching the Darrell Brooks trial as well. And then I came across in my algorithm somebody who figured out who the guy was in the Darrell Brooks trial that was sitting behind him. And that's how Jay Prince popped up in my algorithm because they had figured out who that guy was. And then Just Hear Me Out was on Jay Prince's live stream. And he
And I
has
found him the same way. I found him the same way.
You found, yeah, he like just watching that shit just opened. Darrell Brooks opened the horizon to my algorithm, something terrible like that. I found the whole manosphere sector from watching the Darrell Brooks trial. I went, off it. Huh?
Well, let me ask you a question, Blue.
What's
Do you think so? I was familiar with everything that JP said outside the courthouse and everything before I got in contact with him. Right? Am I cutting out? Or am I
No, I hear you. I'm
okay?
listening.
But my opinion was like and then I saw him on. I think he was. What's the guy's channel? It was something. Some other panel where they were had him on. He was outside the courthouse and he was defending it, and he was saying stuff like, "Yeah, no, it's not a problem. Well, if it was black people, I'd probably feel different." He was just saying stuff that didn't really make sense to me.
Right.
But then at the same time, I was like, I feel like everything he's saying right now has something to do more with his general beliefs rather than his actual belief in Daryl Brooks.
Right.
So that's kind of how I approached it. And
yeah,
every interaction I've had with him, and every time I've seen him on stream, everyone can say whatever they want to say about what he says, but I've never seen him actually be vindictive towards a person, right? He speaks in like platitudes or like very broad statements.
You're talking about JP? Okay, yeah.
He speaks in very broad statements, but when it comes down to an individual level, he doesn't. He takes it at face value, right? Does that make sense? So I'm okay, yeah. Well, I'll talk to you.
Let me say this. So who he's talking about, JP, is J Prince for President. That's his YouTube channel, and I would just hear me out said, I completely agree. I feel like he makes points for arguments, but I don't, from what I've heard about him and what I've seen other people speak on him, I don't even think he believes half the shit he says. I think he does it for more argumentative purposes. I don't even think
what's crazy? I don't mean to interrupt you, but just hear me out. Saying that name is like, I keep thinking somebody's interrupting you. Like, just hear me out. I'm like, nobody said anything. Keep your shit going.
No, that's his name. Just hear me out.
Yeah, I've seen it. I had to take a couple times, but I'm hearing it.
Yeah.
It looks like
originally I
side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying to get the light on my face, so I'm not just like. Well, I'm the only one on camera. How come nobody else is on camera?
I'm driving and I'm ugly, so you don't want to see this anyway. You know what I mean?
You're ugly, so you can't be a cam. Like I'm beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, if Smoke is on cam, then I'm good because he's hella ugly. So you know what I
mean. Twin.
Or smoking with y'all, man. How are y'all?
Hey, twin. That's my twin.
Yeah. So I mean that's
be on camera on my channel. Most of us don't. We usually just do icons. It's not required. If you want to show your face, you can. But if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, I feel like people should be on camera. Well, I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't really have a channel, so it doesn't matter.
That's my picture right there. I'm the snack father.
We're smoking with
Snack father is fire.
Snack father is fire.
So I guess, Blue, my opinion is I was like, I could either be somebody that just criticizes JP for what he said, or I could just kind of be like, because we're obviously in different parts of the country, me and him. He's from the Midwest. I've lived in the Midwest, so I know kind of like what it's over there for in terms of my interaction with the people that live there, particularly the white people, right? And then that being totally different than me on the West Coast, even though I'm not a liberal, right? Like it being vastly different. Right. So I was like, well, this is his experience with white people. Let me just go ahead. What?
You're on the West Coast?
Yeah. I'm up in Washington.
Washington. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, yo, talk that Washington. Shit, man. I'm out cruising these streets right now. I just passed Tukwila. You dig what I mean? I'm out here Federal Way.
Are you going north or south?
Oh. I'm headed to Shoreline right now. You know, Shorty was like, "What's up?" So
I'm in Marysville, so like another 20 minutes north of Shoreline.
Yeah, I was out there in Everett last night. You know,
okay, so
yeah, that's right by me.
Me and Twin are in Cali right now, so yeah, we are West Coast vibing.
I was born in Cali.
Yeah, but I'm everywhere. You never know where I'm gonna be when I come up. I could be anywhere.
You ain't in Marysville.
No, but I could. Hold up.
Talking shit. Go ahead, shoot your shit. Just hear me
out. I could pull up with the pull up, but it's nothing.
I was just gonna say, like, it seemed like, hey, I could talk to this guy and then see what he really thinks, right? And I would know pretty quick. I mean, I hung out in the back of his streams a couple times, and then it came up just randomly, right? And if he was as I wouldn't say vile, but as confrontational and as like opinionated as he was in real life all over, like that would have been a very short interaction, right? But he
Right.
wasn't. So my opinion was, okay, I can either just interact with him, have conversations, talk on Instagram or whatever, right? Now that he's like a small person, but like if he became big, right? And then I tried to come to him and say, "Hey, you know, look at me. I'm not what you're saying," right? I feel like that would be a much different conversation at that point. It'd be more like clout chasing, which I'm not doing. Does that make sense?
See, yeah, and
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. And when I came across him, hey twin, uh, just hear me out. Is somebody that we discovered in the other sectors that I be roaming in. You know, with my court cases and
Salute.
see you. Um, I feel like Loki. I feel like JP don't believe half the shit he says, but he likes to debate. And because he likes to debate, I can get with you. You know what I'm saying? I can get you there.
I feel like he believes the underlying principle of what he's saying, but he doesn't believe the literal implications of what he's saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
Like,
for the people who watch me and know me, like y'all, he's like infamous.
he's like, what?
I'm just telling my viewers. So we have in our sector who you would say like they say all types of shit. Like who he would be is somebody in our sector that runs around. He's like an infamous.
Oh, so he's unstoppable.
Yeah. You can't stop this nigga for nothing. You can't stop this nigga for nothing. Whatever you can't stop that nigga. He is gonna do him at all costs.
Yep.
That's a perfect
100%.
That's basically what he is. He gonna do him at all costs, and you can't. Yeah.
Well, no, you can't. You can kind of. If you give him a point that invalidates what he's saying, and you just kind of laugh, and you'll get the laugh from him, and you'll know, okay, he understands what he's saying is BS right now, and he understands what I'm saying.
Yeah, so infamous is not a good example. He's more like Sammy without the stutter.
Damn.
He has a thought. He sticks to the thought. He's impressionable. So when you say something that makes sense, he can acknowledge it. That's not going to change how he wants to get up tomorrow and speak. But you can sway him a certain way at that point in time, but it's not going to change who he is at the core and how he feels. He's more like Sammy. So I'm not going to say infamous. I'm going to say he's Sammy. And that's just for the people who watch me on a regular basis so they can get an idea of this person that me and you
well, did you see the debate on albinos?
No, I don't follow all the sectors over there. The only channels that I've seen is Fatty, Aaron O, and Fight Club.
What is it? Was it a debate about albinos? Please explain.
Yeah.
How do you debate?
So here's how it went down. I'll give you the very brief overview, and I understand what JP was the argument he was trying to make. So basically, it was a video on albinos in Africa being targeted for violence, and then JP's point at the beginning, which was very dicey, seemed to be, hey, these mothers are protecting their albino babies just like they did a couple of 100 years ago, and that's how we got white people. And so I'm not even going to explain it further than that. Then I just came on and I was like, delete the stream. Oh, my light went out. I was like, delete the stream, bro. Like, albinoism is genetic. It's not a shade of white. you don't have like. No, I'm here. My light went out. So
all people are shades of brown. You know what I mean? Even white folks. Y'all shades of
no,
brown.
wait, no. But albinoism specifically is genetic. There's albino cats, dogs. Like they have no. It's like blonde hair, right? So then it was just kind of like a back and forth.
They have no
and
melanites.
Twin moves. I know I froze.
But then it got to the point in the discussion where he was saying, he said something like, well, when they're tanning or they got the babies under the UV lights in the hospital, it's because they're trying to correct their pigmentation. And I was like, no. I was like, they're not tanning babies. It's
They're
for
not.
jaundice, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I told them in the back, I was like, well, yeah, if I saw that, I would ask my wife, for like, what are they tanning the babies? Like, what are they doing with the UV lights? If I didn't know about jaundice, so I mean, it's like a half serious debate, right? And so he will admit it at that point, but it's just kind of fun. Being like, no, you're going to take whatever stupid position, or not stupid position, whatever extreme position that you're going to take, and then people got to debate you. And that's how it is. But I don't know. You want to talk Daryl Brooks and his greatest, the greatest trial in the
Salute to
history of U.S. court
Zodi
system?
Aries, man.
Absolutely
The
the
greatest
greatest trial
child.
in history
It's
of court
one of
system.
them like
Salute
that.
to Severe. Salute to Shah Severe because he paid attention to the banner.
I did too,
And
but he beat me too.
just to remind, just hear me out. Give me a second. Wait, Clip, was that you? I'm sorry. Clip here.
My bad.
Salute to Next Turner for paying attention. As an example, this is not a real one. Y'all see something like this. Stream through the bottom of your platform. If I see your Cash App, I'm gonna the money as a way to show some love to people who are rocking with me. You know what I'm saying? We also we're gonna do some giveaways, and we're gonna give y'all some monies, and we're gonna do some money grabs and all that other stuff. Shaw, did you get it? I hope so. Yeah, it's at random. So when you tune in, it's at random, but pay attention to the screen because I'm not putting it in the chat. I'm putting it at the
I
bottom of the screen for niggas
I
to
don't see
pay
any
attention.
cat.
No,
Maybe
okay. So
and
what?
it might be because
So
I'm in
just hear me out. This is what I
fear.
did. I'll show you. Just hear me out. You're watching YouTube stream. So what I did was I posted this banner here at the bottom. At the bottom it says first Cash App I see gets $20. And when I
Right.
posted that, Shah Severe posted his Cash App. So I cashed app him $20. He just said he just got it.
Oh, I
So
was thinking reverse. Sorry, I was thinking
yeah.
I don't see your
So
Cash App, Luke.
yeah, no, it wasn't my Cash App to give. It's to give back to my supporters for paying, for checking out the content, rocking with me throughout my content. Like I said, I'm not at 1,000 subs, so I'm not getting monetized, but I'm trying to do shit to get people engaged and keep in touch with the content and stuff like that. So after I've been live for an hour and 30 minutes and y'all watching this shit, y'all still rocking with me because I've seen the numbers go up and go down. I appreciate those who are still rocking with me just to be rocking with me. So y'all fuck with me just to be fucking rocking with me. So I appreciate that shit. So I want to show love to the people who rock with me. So I'm
I
not just going
appreciate
to
it.
money. I'm going to be giving y'all some money back. At the same time, people who watch my community tab, I do give giveaways. I'm going to do giveaways and I give people opportunity to make money on the stream too. It's an everything channel. We're not just doing straight.
Facts.
We are also, we're having real life talk. There's lessons in the court streams that I will choose to show. There's lessons to be had for these Black men and Black women or people. Like, I'm not even gonna do that. The shit that I show y'all is for people, our society, to understand it happen to any and every one of us. But me showing love to the people who take the time to watch me, that's just out of love because y'all could be anywhere right now and y'all choose to be rocking with me. So why
You
not
be
give you
Facts.
a
anywhere in the world right now.
I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm. You can hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. You
Yeah.
sound kind of far away a little bit.
Okay. I'm about to turn these Bluetooth motherfuckers off. You feel me? I
Yeah.
appreciate you, twin, for earlier. You did. Yeah, man. You got me through my motherfucking drive and all that. You feel me?
Oh, you heard the behind the scene footage of the Travis Rudolph?
Yeah, that was
No,
crazy.
he's
Yeah, that was crazy.
okay, sure. Yeah, all right, never mind.
Yeah, she did a stream earlier too. You know what I mean? Got me
Yeah,
through
I did.
my drive and shit.
That's what's
Well,
up.
stay out of Seattle. It's no good there.
No, Twin is not in Seattle. Twin is in Cali with me.
No, I
Mm-hmm.
thought
That,
who's the truck driver? I thought
uh,
that was I thought that was Smoke.
oh,
Sorry, maybe I
no,
got the
Smoke
wrong
No,
person.
Yeah, you got the wrong person. Snack lives in Washington, where you're at. Um, but earlier I had did a live. I'm sorry, not a drive. A live.
I'm sorry, not a drive. Alive.
Court date. When I hear that go. Hold on, twin. I'm getting feedback from you. Okay, all right,
Wait,
it's
I see Smoke 3. Are you
My
saying
bad.
that's Smack?
That was me.
yeah,
My
oh,
bad.
Smoke 3. That's Smoke. That's my twin. That's who I call twin.
Okay, and there's another guy called Smack?
Snack, like snacks. You know,
Oh,
you
Snack.
throughout the day. Yeah, he
Okay.
Snack is in Washington, where you're at.
Okay, gotcha.
And yeah, he does like a lot of the food reviews and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
You get
right. The junk food. Yep.
yeah, but yeah, no. As far as I know, there is no truck drivers on my street. Clip
No, what? Somebody was driving a truck.
7. He's the battle rapper.
Yeah.
Like I said, my core viewers come from battle rap.
Salute.
But
Nah,
I,
Snack King was driving. He was driving his. He got an SUV or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So he got all the mics and shit in the front.
Oh,
yeah,
I
He's a
thought it was.
snack
driving,
connoisseur.
not a,
Okay, I thought it was long haul. Never mind.
Nah.
He's a food connoisseur and a snack specialist.
yeah. And he does his reviews. His channel, he does
Salute, Bruce.
all of the munchies. All, and me
Nice to
particularly,
talk to you as well, Bruce.
yeah, me
Just kidding.
particularly.
Just
No,
kidding.
Bruce Leaf will get all on the herb. Bruce got you on the herbs. You know what I'm saying that's his
And
niche.
Gematria.
So we're at channel is the everything channel is different days, different is different type of content, but usually Monday through Friday I'm gonna be doing court cases and stuff like that. Weekends we can do the fuckery. If it just says I'm bullshitting, because that's literally what I'm doing. That's what we're doing right now. We just bullshitting, and we just talking about whatever.
Nah, I can't wait till Tuesday.
No facts. Tuesday is going up.
Yeah, I
Just hear
can't
me
wait
out.
till Tuesday.
I implore you to watch day 2 and day 3 of the Travis Rudolph trial. Ex NFL player who got into an argument with his girlfriend, and she sent his brothers there, and they jumped him. And in the midst of that argument, when they were leaving, he goes into the house, brings out the AR-15, shoots up the car, and now he's on trial for murder. He played for the
Wait,
Dolphins.
wait, 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 wait. The NFL player did that?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rudolph is an ex-NFL player. He played briefly for the Giants and the Dolphins. He was dating this girl at the time, and she went through his phone, saw something she didn't like, and they got into an argument about it. He called her a bitch. She swung on him, and then she didn't like that she got shoved off of the porch, and she fell, hit the ground. She calls her brother up, tells her brother that this man just put hands on her. Then she calls his best friend, so 2 people know about the situation. They decide that they're going to go over there to confront him, and they jump his brother and him. In the midst of that fight, when they're getting ready to leave to go to their car, and the brother and Travis, the NFL player, gets jumped, Travis goes into his house, out his AR-15, and he shoots up the car while they're trying to get away. One person got killed, one person got injured, but now he is on trial for murder. And they denied the judge ruled against the stand your ground law that Florida has, because they said the parties was in the car, they were getting away, there was no imminent threat. He shot 39 rounds into the car, and he said he was in fear for his life, the heat of the moment. But we're watching that right now. That's
Well,
happening. So
I mean,
if you
I mean,
want
I
to
I don't know
watch
your
it,
opinion on the case, but it does sound like murder to me.
it sounds
Like,
like, okay, so for me, how I've been watching it, and we're going on day 4. Day 4 is going to be on Tuesday. From the people that went up and testified, it's looking like a solid self-defense. It's not stand your ground, but it's a self-defense because
But
they
he
pulled,
shot the vehicle 39 times. They were
shot the
in the car,
vehicle.
right?
However, take into account that him and his girlfriend got in an argument. She had just got plastic surgery. She's trying to be like this quote unquote bad bitch. And the man, uh, Travis, the football player, he was cheating on her or whatever, or talking to other females, entertaining somebody else's company. When she finds out that he's talking to other females, they have this dispute. She put a trophy. She pulled up a trophy and she tried to hit him with a trophy. She actually swung on him, hit him a few times, and then after he pushed her off of him, he tried to grab her arm, but he ended up pushing her off of the porch. She falls to the floor. She takes that piece of information and tells her people that he beat her, leaving out the fact that she swung on him and all this other stuff. They show up to his house with his mama there, his brother there. They show up to his house. They jump him. And in the midst of that confrontation, he goes in the house, grabs his gun, and he shoots at the car.
But
Now,
they're in the car, right?
he shoots into the car, and he
Yeah,
kills
he's
one
toast.
person and another person.
He's toast.
It's not a stand your ground by Florida's laws. It's not a stand your ground because there was no imminent threat for him to shoot. But it could be a crime of passion. It could be a self-defense because they just jumped him. And it's ongoing. Reason why I'm saying I'm not definitive on how I feel about it, because every time another person testifies, I'm getting a little bit more of the story. And we're watching it in true time. We're not, watching we don't when I do it, we're not watching all the videos that lead up to the case. We just watch the case and
Gotcha.
then see what shows up in the midst of that. So all we have seen, it looks like a solid self-defense. Like, she set him up.
Um,
She told her
thir-
brothers, go shoot that shit up.
Blue,
She the
39
police said
times.
that's that man walking.
Did either of them have guns? Did I already ask that? I don't.
But they said they okay, so from the defense's stance, they said they recovered two guns. So two of the four people in the car that pulled up had guns.
Did they
As
flash
opposed
the
to
guns?
how
And
they had Glocks and they had a Taurus.
a Taurus.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
What's
Taurus.
that?
And
What's a
Travis,
Taurus?
yeah, it's a gun. But Travis had an
Yeah.
Okay.
AR-15.
It's a handgun.
Yeah, Travis pulled out an AR-15. But supposedly there's supposed to be two guns that was supposed to be shown in the midst of this conversation. We're only on day 4. So we haven't got the whole story, but we're getting enough pieces to the puzzle to start, my opinion may change. I may, 2 days from now, I may think differently. But
Mm-hmm.
from the testimony being shown, it's not, and being that it's still on the state is not proving their case. It looks like Travis was on defense.
And
Maybe.
at first they said they didn't have no guns, and then
Right.
it turns out that they did have guns. You know what I mean? So it's and the dude
There's
that they had the guns on them while they were fighting.
right.
And in a way, the girl, she kind of put out a semi unprofessional hit, to say the least. If
She
you
told her
looking at
brother,
the text messages,
right. She told her brother and his friends to shoot that shit up.
they said he
And
was
And what they
Right.
Right.
Wait.
reply back
I'm
with?
gonna play.
Dead man
I'm gonna play
walking.
devil's advocate though here.
I'm
He didn't see those messages, right?
I'm sorry.
He didn't know about those messages, right? If she's
No,
sending a message from herself
okay,
to somebody else.
So this is the thing. Those text messages occurred. Dominique, the girl who was dating the football player who shot some people, she deleted her messages. After this incident happened, she deleted everything off her phone. But because he shot up the car stalled out and they had to call the police to get help for their friend. They confiscated everything in the car and they found out through the text messages that this girl was telling them to shoot that shit up. She
Yeah,
deleted everything. They got a hold
but
of
he
her.
didn't know that.
He
Hold up.
didn't know.
Tell him what the brother replied with.
The brother replied and said he's a dead man walking.
In
Okay,
that
but
same text message series.
In the same group chat. The sister deleted the comments. But what came out after the fact is that when she called the brother saying he put his hands on him, she left out the fact that she put hands on him. So what the police cam the what the ring footage, the doorbell, the ring footage shows he called her a bitch and she fires on him. She's hitting on him and everything. So he turns around and pushes her to get him off of him. She's trying to block his swings and stuff. She falls to the floor.
yeah, I got
Now,
that. What I'm saying is,
her brother,
you need
I'm sorry,
some kind of evidence. You need some kind of evidence in this case where the person's running back to the vehicle, being like, "Stand there, bitch, you're dead."
right?
Right?
Right.
Right.
That's why I say
Right.
like we haven't got there because it's only day 4 and they just got through the parties encounters because only 3 people are still alive to testify. 4 people was in the car. One person is dead. One person got injured, and then it was the brother and the friend. They were in the front seat, but the people in the back seat, one is dead and one is injured. They all testify. So we're on day 4. We're going on day 4 come Tuesday.
You probably need at least evidence that a window was rolled down or a door was opened.
And that's what
Because
the defense
So
is saying. The defense
yeah.
is saying that they saw 2 sets of guns. So what I played earlier in my
out
live
the window,
is
out the
yes,
window.
yes.
Okay, that's different.
That's what old footage of the news, like old news reports, are saying, is that Travis saw 2 guns out the window when he shot. So that's why I say it's a good case because
Uh,
you can't say for sure, but how it's looking, and
Tell him
if I'm a juror, I'm watching from what I know now. My mind right now is saying this was self defense. This
tell him
was,
what the
but
tell him what the
Travis
other
does say
brother did
they said
with the
oh,
gun.
twin. So what happened? Travis will testify.
Oh yeah, it's about to go down.
Travis will testify. And there's supposed to be other parties that are going to be testifying who was there, but Travis will testify, seeing guns pointed at him when he decided to shoot.
Oh
but
yeah,
that's
it's about to
yeah,
go
that's
down.
entirely different than shooting in.
But
Well, I mean, the 39 is
Hey,
right,
still a
but
problem.
the first defense from the first defense from the defense team was they were trying to get him off on a stand your ground. Stand your ground defense got denied because he shot 39 shots into a car that was getting away.
Was it a modified AR-15? Was it automatic or was it semi-automatic? And he pulled the trigger 39 times.
Not sure
We know.
yet. Came
Okay,
out because we're still on the
because
prosecution and they're
because
not gonna get no,
it's
they're not
almost a
gonna
catch. It's almost a catch 22 because if it's modified to be automatic, that can support his
yeah,
claim that he's shooting it. But then at the same time, he's kind of fucked because he modified it to be
to be
automatic,
that way.
right?
Yeah,
right,
he gonna get a weapons charge.
right. So
But
it's not set in stone yet, but that's what makes this a good trial that we're watching are watching because we're all I choose to not look into all the extra shit until it starts going. And I don't want to look a little bit further than where we're at.
well,
We're
that's
here.
And
interesting because that's actually like an actual like I'm not going to say who done it, but that's the word I'm going to use. Like a oh, what way could this go kind of case
right,
versus everything we've seen recently. It's like yeah, they did that shit. Like,
right.
like you know what I mean? I haven't seen a case recently where I've been like, yeah, I'm confused on what happened, and then and the jury comes back like a totally different way. I'm like, no, that's how it
Right.
is, and it's almost like they're trying to play it up for like suspense and be like, oh, you don't know what's going to happen till the end. Like, I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. He did it. She did it. Like, yeah, I don't know.
These witnesses are very combative. Just hear me out. They are very combative, so it makes for a great, you know what I mean, listen to or watch.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
I
Oh, that's
say,
nice. That's
if
nice.
you go back to me out like court cases like that, go back and watch day 2 and day 3 of my streams for Travis Roloff, and you can get caught up to
All
date.
right.
But it's very
All right.
argumentative.
Yeah, they going back and forth. They asking the lawyers questions. Yeah.
So it's like some kind of pro se mumble jumble, like
No, it's not
disaster.
Yeah.
even
Like,
that. It's more like an entitled kids. These are 21-year-olds. At the time of the incident, they were 21. They're 23
Mhm.
now, but 21 at the time. These are kids. They think they can outsmart any and everybody. I mean, we're all older, so
yeah.
kids, like
I got you.
like, yeah, that's the vibes it is. It's like these are kids trying to play a big, a big kid sport, and they just think they can argue their way out of any and everything, and it's not gonna work. You don't understand. You're in court. You can't just say, I want to go home now, and the judge is going to say, okay, you want to go home, you can go home. No, you need to sit here and answer these questions.
So
Right.
speaking of that, one thing I was thinking, like, and I'll give you this idea: if you put in the sweat equity, you can do it, but like a different type. There's a lot of police body cam channels out there right now, but like somebody doing like a super cut of different stuff, like being like, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I just want to go, like all these people that are just like, hey, I just want to go home, right?
Yeah.
When they're being pulled up for DUI, like, hey, just let me go home. I just want to go home.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
obviously you want to go home. And then also a supercut of people being like, I'm not resisting, as they're like doing barrel rolls with the cop. You're like, I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting. Like you are 100% resisting.
yeah,
I
no,
don't
you're
know.
definitely listening. But yeah, that's literally what it is right now.
I just want to go home. Oh, do you? Do you just want to go home? Yeah, I'm sure you want to go home. That's what everyone wants to do. Everyone wants to go home rather than be arrested. Can I call my mom? I just want to call my mom. I just want to call my
We
mom.
all, yeah, it doesn't work that way. Nice try, wrong
Nah,
try.
I'll wait till you get to the precinct.
Right.
You get the
And
county or some shit like this.
I was arrested. All right, I was arrested once. It was a DUI, but like that 9 hours in county for Seattle, like that set me straight. I was those 9 hours. I was like,
your mind quickly.
I was like, well, not that I actively was like, no, fuck, I'm gonna do this again. I was always like, "Ugh, I don't want to do this again. But then the 9 hours is like, I don't want to do anything wrong again. I don't want to ever be back in jail ever again for anything. Being in Seattle King County Jail, it was awful. It was a nightmare. But then I served my other time over in Issaquah, which was interesting. Whatever. Iron bar therapy works. I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't ever want to do anything wrong again.
Heck yeah. Iron bar therapy.
That's right.
That's a fact. You sitting there just thinking about life, contemplating your whole existence until now.
You're like, what did I do? Well, how did I get here? What choices have I made? I gotta turn things around. I gotta not do this anymore. I gotta not be here ever again.
Man, that's the truth, man. Man, I was sitting there contemplating and shit. You know what I mean? A CEO come up to me like, man, don't be down on yourself. 85% of Americans visit the jail system. I was like, man, I don't want to hear that shit right now. He's trying to make me feel better and shit. I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Well, did you try this? When I got checked in, they're like, they brought me up to the front and they're like, well, bail's $300, or else we can release you recognizance if we get like a contact for you, whatever. I was like, oh, $300, I got that. And I was like, just get my debit card. And they're like, do we look like a fucking bank?
Right.
You need $300 cash. I was like, do you have an ATM? And they're like, does it look like we have an ATM here? I was like, fine.
Yeah, it's over.
Okay, I can't give you the $300 then. and then trying to get them to call my brother like 4 times, and then she said, "It's 2 a.m. My shift ends in 10 minutes. If your
Yeah,
next person doesn't pick up, you're spending the weekend here." I was like, "Fine, call my fucking parents.
yeah. Call somebody that's gonna pick up
Call somebody
if
that's
I
gonna
get
pick up." Yep.
that OR bond is something nice though. You think you about to be in there for the weekend? Yeah, OR. Oh, I'm about
No,
it.
that was terrible though, because my parents had to pick me up,
Oh
or
yeah, yeah,
they picked me up at like 8 a.m. the next morning, and they told them like 7 a.m. So they'd already been waiting for an hour, right? And I didn't live
hmm
with them at the point, but like to pick me up, and then just the drive home for like an hour,
yeah,
and I just get in the car. I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk about it at all. I already realized this is the worst mistake ever. I never want to go back there. You don't have to lecture me about this being a bad idea. This is, I don't, like, I smell like the prison. I don't ever want to go back to the prison or the
man.
jail.
It's
Yeah,
very
I don't need a
All right,
lecture
y'all.
right
I'm
now.
trying to go get me something to eat. I'm about to go to Jack in the Box real quick. Get something to eat.
Don't, don't get that
My
bonus,
bad.
Jack.
I'm listening. No, I'm getting me a breakfast Jack.
right. They said a breakfast jack. What the hell is that?
It's
Twin, you don't know what a breakfast Jack is? You gotta learn.
I'll be eating fast food.
Man, a
mm,
breakfast Jack
well,
is just what you need to offset
Smoke. Are you
this
still
shit.
on probation?
Nah. Listen, man, I done been there, done all of that, man. I ain't been in trouble since like 24, my brother. I'll be 36 next month.
Well, I'll be 42 in September, but I get off probation in July, like
Mm,
July 3rd. They waited 2 years to arraign me because I think they were convinced I was going to screw up again.
man,
I was
I was on probation for 4 years. You hear me? From 20 to 24. You know what I mean? And then I violated. I violated, and they gave me the choice. I could get reinstated to probation, or I could, you know what I mean, just do a year and get this shit over with. Shit. I did that year, just walked a free man. After that, ain't been in no trouble. You
I
know what
couldn't do it. No, I couldn't do it. You're a stronger man than I. I
I mean?
I
Man,
did my 24 hours in the Issaquah jail, and it's a good thing they had no sharp objects. I would have been the guy like hanging off the bunk after 12 hours, be like, God damn it, I don't want to be
I
here.
mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. See, I did my shit in county, so it wasn't bad. You know what I mean? It's a lot more strict than county. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it's just like I did my shit clean. You know what I mean? I ain't touch nothing. I ain't gamble. I ain't do none of that. You know what I mean? I just stayed to myself for the most part. You know what I mean? Walk around the shit. You know what I mean? Try to stay healthy. You know what I mean? and ration my
No,
food as much as I can. You know what I mean? And I got through it. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
well, I just couldn't do it because like the boredom. Like I'm conditioned for the smartphone, right? That's where my
Oh yeah,
brain picked up.
yeah,
Like whenever I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna look this up, right? And the
yeah,
and I wouldn't have survived more than a day because I had sleep apnea. I was snoring. They were kicking my bunk the night of. They're like, dude, stop snoring. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Like
yeah.
sleeping 3 or 4 hours at a time. I didn't eat anything in there. What I did do, which I think was smart, was I brought a lot of cash and I went to the commissary, which is basically just loading a card and going to a vending machine
Yeah.
before I got put in. So I just went and spent like $60. I bought all like the Chex Mix, all the pop
Mm-hmm.
and candy cookies or whatever. So I went in there with like 4 bags, and I was like, "Hey, who wants some stuff?" Oh, I got plenty here, right? And then I was just drinking my Diet Pepsi by my hatfuls just to stay parched. But I did not tell them I was in it for 24 hours only. And then they're like, "What are you here for?" I was like, I'm I'm in for a while, right? Because I didn't want to get any kind of pressure. And then the next day when they called me at 6 p.m., I was like, I'm out of here. Adios.
Man, I would be real with you, right? So in some places it is kind of, you know what I mean, wow, you know what I mean. So I got locked up in Pittsburgh one time, and it was wild in there. You know what I mean? So I understand that aspect. Just, you know what I mean, trying to stick it out. You feel me? But in other places, it's like it's just really, you know what I mean. You do what you do as long as you ain't fucking around. You know what I mean. You keep your nose clean and shit like this. You know what I mean. You gonna be okay. You know what I mean. You just
Well, were they
walk
group
around, do
cells?
your shit. You know what I mean.
Were were they group cells? Because the one I was in, it was like 12 men to a cell or a common area cell.
Nah. So it was my last one. I was in. It was pods. So and they had tiers of pods. So um, like level 3 is for, of course, like violent. You know what I mean? The red. They call them red shirts because they ain't all red. You know what I mean? Violent type shit. You know what I mean? And then
Right.
second is green. You know what I mean? And that's like everybody in there that's non-violent and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then one is honor dorms type shit. You know what I mean? So that's people that really ain't really got a fucked up background. You know what I mean? They really just cool. You know what I mean? They in there on like maybe like unpaid tickets and shit like this. You know what I mean? Some that, you know what I mean, they ain't really a threat to nobody type shit. You know what I mean? They good and all
Right.
this, right? Um, and then you got trustee dorm, and that's like basically open dorm. But where I was at, I was in green. I was in level 2 green. You know what I mean? And
So
it's
is it
basically
pod?
pods. Yeah. So you
So
got in
you,
one tier, you got 5 pods. You know what I mean? You got five
wait. So
pods.
your cell though? Your cell though? How many people are you sharing your cell though?
So it's a 2-man set. You get 3 at the
Yeah.
max. You know what I mean? But somebody had to be on the floor. You know what I mean? And normally it's the nigga that just walked through the door that go on the floor. Um,
So this
but
is okay.
but if an older person come in there, then it's, you know what I mean, it's kind of custom
Yeah.
made. You know what I mean, swap spot.
So this is what I'm describing as more like a studio apartment with like bunks.
A
So
studio
nope.
apartment.
No, like you have the bathroom in one corner, you've got the sink in one
Yeah.
corner, you've
So
got the
so
TV in one
so
corner, and all the bunks.
imagine like a walk-in closet with like just
No,
big
I
enough
know
to
what a
fit 2
cell
bunk
is.
beds.
Yeah, I know what
Yeah,
a
and then
cell is. What I'm saying is, but what I'm saying is, you never left the area that I was
yeah,
in.
nah.
Like,
And where I was at, it was 18 and a half hour lockup, and then 21 and a half hours on Saturday because Saturday is commissary day.
this was
So, and
24-hour
this is
lockup.
yeah, basically, you know what I mean? This is this is in Georgia, and they got paramilitary jails, so it's real strict. You know what I mean? You
It
gotta
was
like,
it was subterranean. I was expecting like, where's the exercise yard? There's no exercise. They're in that cell nonstop.
yeah, nonstop. You
Like
be in there
they
18
don't
and a
go
half
out.
hours a day. You go out, you eat breakfast, go back to the cell, come out
No,
for
no. What I'm saying is,
like break.
they put you in. They serve you breakfast in the thing. You don't leave.
No.
You
You
don't.
come out. Yeah, you listen. You go. You get served breakfast in the pod. So the pod. Let me explain the pod to you. So the pod. Imagine going into a big circle building, right?
No, I
And
got you with the
around this
like
circle.
tables in the middle, right? Like that kind of stuff. Tables in the middle where you come out.
Right. So in the middle of the circle is like the watchtower. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But then on the outside of the circle, like towards the crust of the circle, we'll call it. You know what I mean? You'll have five separate pods. Okay, and then
Yep.
each pod when you go in is an open area and it has the tables and shit that you're talking about, right? And then you have a tier 1, which is 16 doors, and a top tier, which is 16 doors. So you got 32 doors in each pod. Each
Yeah.
pod hold 2 to 3 people. You know what I mean? So you can do the math from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this jail was it was also known as a place where everyone went to do their DUIs. That's why I was very specific about not saying that
Not saying
uh
it.
that not saying I was getting out in 24 hours, right? I just played it
Right.
real dumb, like being like, I don't know. I'm just here. And the guy that kicked the chair over so I could get up on the bunk, he got the cash balance of my card, which was $20 at that point. But I'm pretty sure he was drinking some kind of brown like liquid, and he was kind of like on the nod, which I'm pretty sure he wasn't supposed to have it. So I don't know if it was methadone or whatever, but it was. I mean, I just was like, ah, I can't imagine being here for more than a day, and I'm never coming
it
back.
get it get kind of wicked. You know what I mean? So what I did to pass the time, I I'm not gonna lie to you. It's called what I used to call it is time travel. And so I used to make a Bombay, and that's basically it's like soda, coffee, and like a lot of candy inside of it. You know what I mean? We make one
Yeah,
of those, and that'll be my upper type of shit, right? And then
yeah.
I'm light skinned, I'm fair skinned, so I could pinch myself and it look like I'm breaking out type of shit. You know what I mean? You know, in jail, once you breaking out, they trying to, you know what I mean, eradicate that shit. So go to the infirmary, you know what I mean,
Oh,
get
gotcha. Yep,
Benadryl,
I see what you're saying. Yep.
yeah, get Benadryl and shit like that. And then I would time travel, you know what I mean? And that I did that for maybe the first 2 or 3 months, until I met some older people and they started hipping me to life. You know what I mean? Uh, I
What
was
did you get
young,
violated on? What did you get violated on?
probation. I violated probation, but
Yeah, I
it's
know. What was the violation?
drug charges.
All right, let me ask you this honest question. You don't have to answer if you don't want, but was it the first time that you got caught? When you got caught for whatever you got caught
Nah,
for, was it the first time you were doing that?
nah, it wasn't.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I got you.
It wasn't. And then the second time I got caught, but it's not nothing crazy. You know what I mean? It's just a little bit of
No, I got
jitters.
you. I got you.
But the second time I was doing the same shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, same
No,
results.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna
And
judge you at all. I probably handled my arrest probably the worst in DOI history. I I did all the field sobriety tests. I blew in the field. I blew over on the PBT, right? Which I failed. I got cuffed. I was 250 yards from my destination,
damn,
which that's already an L, right? And then I
yeah,
proceeded to tell the officer how I wasn't drunk. I've been way drunker before and pulled over and driven. So I'm just basically confessing to all these crimes on camera.
oh
And then
yeah, you was
and then
trying
I
to
got to
build.
the station. Then I got to the station and I refused to blow there, which automatically put me into the like almost second DUI offense territory in Washington State. So like I had nothing. I just basically I screwed everything. Like, I did exactly opposite of what you're supposed to do anywhere. But then again, I got I made that decision based on talking to the public defender on the phone when I was intoxicated, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, good, sounds good. I'll do this. But they're like, well, it's the difference between a jail minimum and no jail, and you get a blow. And I'm like, I don't know. I just think it's better not to have blow. And they're like,
Yeah,
yeah, that's what you can do. I'm like, okay.
yeah, I would rather deal with the consequences afterwards. Like if you can't prove, like, just proving that I don't want to blow into an apparatus. You feel me? Uh, that's not gonna be enough once my lawyer hits it. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
would
but
much rather deal with the consequences afterward.
in Washington State, that's what's fucked up. In Washington State, doing that is actually a crime as severe as being
That's a
above
crime.
0.15. Yeah, it's a crime to not blow at the station.
What?
That's
Oh
what I was
no, y'all
convicted
got me
on.
fucked up.
So that that's how messed. So my penalty was basically the same as if I had blown over 0.15, or it'd have been my second DUI by refusing. That's what the penalty was. You cannot refuse in Washington State.
Damn. Damn,
But
that's crazy.
whatever. Yeah, don't refuse in Washington State. They'll get you.
Yeah, I don't drink. I don't. Yeah, I don't know if I'm allergic to alcohol or what. You know what I mean? But I can't drink. You know what I mean? It's over with. I've tried to fail too many times. It's not for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I take Adderall too, so like that's what was messed up. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't even feel drunk, right? And
yeah.
I obviously was drunk, right? But my mental acuteness or my mental level was much higher than somebody. I think I blew like a 0.18, right? But I was still having conversations with the
Damn.
officer.
Yeah, you was drunk.
Yeah, but I was still having conversations with the officer, right? Like saying, this doesn't make any sense,
Right.
right? So whatever.
No, that's
I was stupid. The best thing is that I didn't kill anyone, and I got caught. And if I
facts.
hadn't got caught, I know that I would have kept doing it.
Yeah.
So
Well, sometimes
I'll
it
take
take
the
for that.
punishment.
Yeah, sometimes it take for that to happen in order not to do it no more. For real, it's like you know what I mean, touching the stove. You know what I mean?
Right,
That
exactly.
motherfucker hot. You know not to touch it no more.
And let me ask you this: did your parents' house ever have one of those big ass power boxes with an on and off switch?
Yeah, we used to have one in like the
How,
hallway, I believe.
yeah. How many times did you look at that and be like, I want to turn it off?
I think I actually have before. I think I actually have,
Yeah.
especially so I grew up in the country, so especially like old style in the country, how they connect, you know what I mean? Electric to the house to the like to the houses out there is kind of crazy, you know what I mean? So the you
Well,
know
it's
how
got
the
a
gray
big red
switch,
handle. It's got a big red handle that said on and
yeah.
off. Like,
So we had two
no,
panels.
I can't do that. I
One
can't do that.
panel, we had two panels, right? One of the panels had the just on and off shit, right? And then the other panel had like you remember like the circle fuses.
Yeah.
It had those shits in it and the switches beside those. So we had two of them motherfuckers in it.
What was
And that's what I was saying. That
did you
shit,
see that?
I don't pulled that shit once before. I ain't gonna lie to you. I know I have.
What was that movie? I think it was, I think the movie was, I can't remember, 2011 HBO movie. It was about the financial failure, but whatever. At some point in the movie, um, the guy who plays Vision in Marvel, he's in the movie, and he steps over a railing and he says like, maybe it might be the wrong movie, but something like, people are nervous not because of the height, they're nervous because they're gonna jump, right? And I instantly connected with that. With like, there's a Deception Pass Bridge in Washington State here,
Yeah.
which it's like 280 feet down to a swirling channel. If you jump, you're dead, right?
Right.
But I was always walking that, and it's such a low rail, and it was frightening to me. But then, like, it wasn't like I wanted to jump, but it was like, it's so easy. You could go over, and it's like, and that's it. Like, it's
You
I don't know.
realize how precious life is. That's what that is. any sudden type of anything, it could be just a rumbling that happens in the street for no reason. You can fall right into that shit. That's,
Well, I know. I think
that's the
there's a term
realization of
for
it.
it. There's a term for the like attraction to like self destruction. It well, actually that's more on the nose than it is. Like it's an attraction to an like an unrecoverable outcome. I don't even remember. Like I'm gonna Google it here a second. Like
Damn,
1 second.
that sounds deep. I ain't gonna lie to you. That sounds deep as hell. Attracted
It's
to.
it's some it's some kind of psychological. Uh, it's something about maybe it's about self control or like they don't have it's not suicidal tendencies, but at the same time
Damn, just hear me out. I don't know what happened, bro.
Oh shit, what happened?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Might
twin.
have went out.
But okay, well that's cool anyway. Cause like I said, I was gonna end the shit. I'm picking up my food right now, and I was gonna end this shit for the night because I can't stay up all night and play with y'all. Seven is potty training tomorrow.
Potty train.
Yes, Seven is gonna be in big girl panties. We are taking off the diaper, and she gonna free ball it.
Okay.
So I got a very frustrating day ahead of me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was actually about to get me some food. I'm at oh, okay, but just take my card. So yeah, I'm about to get me some food. Yeah, I get it. It's gonna take a minute. Just take my card. Thank you. I just want to eat so I can go to sleep. Can I get sweet and sour and ranch? I just want to eat so I can go to sleep because I know tomorrow I'm gonna be pissed off like no other.
Oh yeah, you're
I'm
gonna be.
putting, yeah, I'm gonna be pissed off because I'm putting seven in pennies.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
so huh?
I said, damn.
Yeah, I'm putting her in panties tomorrow. So I know I'm gonna be, and I know I'm gonna be mad because we've been passive potty training for like the last like 6 months. You know, I let her go to the bathroom with me. She can hand me the tissue. She want to wipe me front to back. She know the deal and whatever. But what's coming up? Thank you. You too. But what's happening tomorrow? We about to go full throttle. Hold on, I think just hear me out. It's back. Yeah, we about to go full throttle tomorrow, and my daughter is not wearing any diapers, so I
oh
know I'm gonna
Jesus.
be pissed. Yeah, no, I know I'm gonna be pissed because we're gonna try to do this full blown. We gonna hope that what the internet look, the internet told me if I dedicate 3 days to potty training, she could be potty trained in 3 days.
I ain't gonna
And
lie to you. It took my little girl. It didn't take. So, well, all three of my girls, they potty train early, so I believe it.
yeah,
You
no,
know that I
everything that I read said
It's
three
my
days.
boys. I don't know what happened with them.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I would do with anybody's little wee wee hanging off of the toilet and stuff. But everything that I heard for girls is if you put them in some regular panties where they know like you don't want to feel wet. Like I think the comfort is these diapers is expensive and they high tech snuggie, you know.
Right.
So if I put my daughter in panties where she could feel the wetness, she's gonna want
Yeah.
to go in the toilet because she's
Gonna
already
freak out.
actively
Yeah.
yeah, she's actively telling me, potty, boo boo. Like she says that and she comes to me. So I'm like, everything is saying she is ready to get on the toilet. And I know it's gonna be hell, but
That's it.
If she can tear off a piece of toilet paper while I'm on the toilet and she want to hand it to me and she want to wipe me front to back, she should get on the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
I'm letting y'all niggas rock out, but I'm about to get me a good meal because I know I'm gonna be mad tomorrow. I
wait,
might
don't
have
drop
to.
off.
Huh? No, I'm not about to drop them right away. I'm just
Hey,
saying that
you
I'm
can.
getting my food because I'm about to lay down and be content because I know
So
tomorrow I'm gonna be mad.
believe
Huh?
it or not, believe it or not, I never wet the bed ever, ever.
No, well, you better than me because I know I pissed the bed. My mom told me I pissed the bed a lot. She said
I never.
I actually didn't get potty trained until other people started teasing me about peeing in the bed and wearing pull-ups.
Now, my
So
mom said I never wet the bed. I did. I just learned to use the toilet, and then she was pissed because after that, she would tell me to use the bathroom, and I'd say, "No, I don't got to go." Right,
no,
and
I
or I wouldn't go to
remember
bed.
I remember being a kid and going like my dad would take me to the babysitters. I remember having dreams like I was in a circus and I was an animal and I would pee. My dad said that them times that I thought I was peeing, he would find me in random places pissing in my house. I peed
All
in
right.
the trash
Well, that
can.
sounds like some
I
deep
peed,
psychological issues.
yeah, no, I peed in the trash can. I peed on the side of the toilet. I peed
But
in the
well,
bathtub. I peed all types of places other than the toilet.
it
But
worse
I
than my
just decided
boys. Golly.
yeah, no, I did the most. So but I said like Memorial Day, we're gonna go on the potty. I ordered her panties. We got the pull ups for nighttime, but she's gonna learn how to pop a squat because she's a little bit too much of an assistant when I go to the bathroom. Like if I go pee, she's like, pee pee, boo boo. Like, yeah, you tripping 7. Let mommy have privacy. She said privacy? No, like I need to go to the bathroom by myself. She's a little bit too inquisitive about what happens in the bathroom, and that's why I know it's time for her to get on the toilet. So I bought her
So
some drawers.
we had
Hmm?
buzzers in our family, and those seemed to work. Buzzers with moisture,
Buzzers.
like you put them in the underwear, and then it's as soon as they contact moisture, they start buzzing or they make a buzz sound, and it
I don't
wakes them
know
up.
about no nah,
I don't
I
know
ain't
what
never
that.
heard of no
Me
buzzing. I
neither,
ain't never heard of
boy.
that.
I ain't
Or
never heard of
it
that
doesn't
one
Where you
stop
either.
is
them.
that? Can
It's like
you
a
get that off of
bzzz.
Amazon?
Well,
Can
I
you get
don't.
that off of
Maybe they.
Amazon?
I don't know. This is a couple decades ago. Maybe they don't even make it anymore. Maybe it's inhumane, but basically, it moisture moisture comes in contact with it, completes the circuit, and it starts buzzing. It's just like a bzzz, like a little mini speaker, right? It's supposed to wake you up that it's happening, and then you
I'm be
wake
real
up.
with you. I'm be real with
Speaking
you.
of
Just hear me
speak,
out. I'm not putting nothing in
that
my
little
baby's
Tasmanian
underwear.
devil just jumped up, y'all. I'm gonna have to go mute for a minute. If y'all want me to keep the stream open, I'll keep the stream open for a while. But I have to go 10 to 7 because she's moving around like she want to wake up.
Now
Do you
we can
think?
close it down. I gotta go to bed anyway.
Okay, we'll go to bed. Thank you for checking me out.
All
I
right,
appreciate you tuning in. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Let's wrap up, close out. Just hear me
All
out.
right,
all
bro.
right. Nice
Appreciate
talking
you
to you
for
guys
coming to the
and
channel.
gals.
I hope I see you in when we start back on day 4 for the Travis Rudolph trial.
What time do you
But
go live? What time?
I give it a few hours because I don't like to see all the breaks and stuff. So we're probably gonna go around 11 o'clock our time.
A.m.
Yeah, 11 a.m.
in your West Coast.
West Coast.
All right. Well, I work, but I'll try and tune
Well,
in if
no,
I can.
okay. So how I do it is the while the trial is going, it's just a stream. We're just listening to it. Probably around 3-4 o'clock. That's when we start to talk about it. When they end for the day, that's when we're gonna discuss it. But I just play the stream out so everybody who's watching it can just watch it. After that, we're gonna talk about it.
That's
But
cool.
if
I'm
you
just
want,
saying, like, I'm usually not up till like 6 or 6:30, but yeah, no,
yeah, no, that's cool. It might be a little bit
I'll
later.
tune in.
I try to do it in between my daughter's sleep hours. So around 10, 11 o'clock is when I might start the stream. But by the time she's settling down, we'll discuss it. But if they're doing a 9 hour, we'll chop it down to 5, and we're
All
just
right.
gonna skip through all of the breaks and all of that stuff, and we'll discuss it. So I appreciate you for coming by. Thank you very much. Tune
Adios.
in. Adios. Um,
Salute.
it's lit. I wanted you to go live today because I wanted to hear how the event went, but we're gonna catch you when we catch you.
I'm gonna go live tomorrow. I ain't gotta work tomorrow.
Oh,
I
that's
got
right, because it's a holiday. I just
uh-huh.
know I have one pissed off day for me, and I am premeditating this day all day. I know I'm about to be so. I'm gonna need everybody who can go live to keep me distracted from my woes.
I got you. I got
And
you. I'm
I
gonna go live in the morning though.
okay, well that's cool because 7 is up at 5:30 in the morning, so I'm up early every day.
All right, back. We in there. I'm dropping
Uh,
the kids off and I'm in there.
right, facts. So thank you for everybody who tuned in to the shenanigans, the fuckery. People, y'all got to see other sectors that I be frequenting and people who are from them other sectors. I know we love to keep this battle rap on strictly battle rap and stuff like that, but sometimes it's important to get out of the box, get out of your comfort zone, and get to see different realms in this shit. And that's what I like about it. Like I told y'all before, I frequent other places. My life does not consume just about battle rap. So I appreciate it when somebody hits the platform and they want to talk about something other than battle rap and they are knowledgeable about that. Salute to Just Hear Me Out. BA, he is just getting tuned into this legal sector. And these cases are interesting when you start breaking it down. And Twin, oh, we made a believer out of him. Yeah, we did good. For me, just going live for a random bullshit rant, and we got a lot of conversations and everything. Yo, it's lit. So don't forget to hit the like, subscribe,